Oh man, the Switch 2's coming out. $450? I better check my piggy bank. Come on, not something. I stream on Twitch. I'm supposed to be a billionaire. Oh, darn it. Guys, video game consoles are expensive nowadays. Listen, this may surprise you, but I like Nintendo, and I like the Switch a lot. So when I saw the Switch 2 announcement and I saw the price tag, I knew if I wanted to play it launch day, I'm going to need to get a second job. That's right, Twitch streaming just doesn't pay the bills anymore. I need to get more income, and I need to go get a working man's job. I need to join the workforce. Luckily, one of my best friends, and now my roommate, Barry Bebop, came to me with an amazing business opportunity. I get to work for one of my favorite content creators of all time, DougDoug. Barry talked to me about the job and he said, hey, we want you to work for Doug. And I said, okay, great. What am I doing? Barry's response was, nothing. What? But Barry said, hey, we don't want you to feel demeaned, like you're being demeaned by doing this, but you are really taking a job where you do nothing. And I was like, well, okay, sure. I have Doug call me about it and we can talk about it. And then Doug just called me on a stream. I was speedrunning Mario 64 at the time, and he called me and walked me through everything. I would get $5 a day for doing nothing, and I would be fired for various things that Doug and his chat decide that day. So I was just like, okay, sure, whatever. On this call, Doug showed me the contract, and everything was completely legally compliant, which is so insane that he spent so much time with his best friend Parkser to build a contract that is all legally sound for, again, a joke job. What I found out by watching a little bit of Doug's stream is he just wanted a guy to bring the company close together, a guy to be the personality hire, the guy by the water cooler that always never did any work anyway, just kind of like stood there and talked about the game last night, or, hey, did you catch the new Marvel movie? That's really cool. You know, that guy that like annoys you at work and you're like, dude, I have so much to do, just stop talking to me. There's some weird law where you can't actually do nothing and have it be considered a legal job, a real job. I need to be providing a service to Doug. So the service I was providing to Doug is that I legally do nothing for him, including not watching his videos. So my job was to not watch a DougDoug video or a stream or a TikTok or his new podcast, The Lemonade Stand, which I still haven't watched because I've only recently been fired. September 22nd, 2024, I signed a contract with Dog Hole Industries, Dog Hole Productions. I don't remember the name. I signed a contract with DougDoug saying that I would get $5 a day for doing absolutely nothing. And I began my quest to earn enough money to buy this illustrious Switch 2 console. Let's just go through the contract about all the ways that I could lose my job. The only way that I had to earn my Switch 2 is I just had to make sure that nothing in the contract actually happened. And nothing did, surprisingly. The first thing in the contract was Taylor Swift getting engaged. Honestly, I feel pretty good about this not happening with Travis Kelce. I don't know why. I just felt good about it. And then the Kansas City Chiefs made their way all the way to the Super Bowl. And I thought to myself, fuck, if Travis Kelce wins, there is a possibility that he will propose to her on national television. Luckily, the Philadelphia Eagles came out of nowhere and just crushed them. And then Kendrick Lamar called Drake on live national television. That was awesome. And then immediately after that, I felt really good. There's no way Taylor Swift is gonna marry a loser. Next up was a 5.0 earthquake hitting LA. I promise you, I've never felt so many earthquakes in my life. I felt like 3 in the past 2 months since I've lived in LA proper. And all of them have just not been LA. They're just outside of LA and not in the center of LA, which it says in the contract it needs to be in the epicenter of LA. So I've just dodged it. I dodged a 6.0 earthquake that happened in San Diego, and I felt in my house. My house might have shook, but my employment didn't waver once. Okay, this one is actually scary. The Game Awards. Gaming's biggest night. Jeff Keighley, the world's most important nerd, self-proclaimed title. I don't think so, but whatever. There was a big rumor of a big announcement happening at the Game Awards, one that would change gaming forever. And everyone started talking about Half-Life 3. And I sat down on Twitch. I watched the entire show. Jeff Keighley standing in front of the stage, and he's like, finally, the biggest announcement ever. One of my favorite games. And he's like tearing up. He's like getting choked up. He's crying. And then I'm like, oh my God, it is Half-Life 3. I'm going to lose my job. And then Jeff Keighley just looks into the camera and goes, Okami 2. What? I don't know Okami's game enough. I'm sure it's a great game. I'm sure it's incredible. I'm sure it's amazing. But oh my God, literally there were articles, pages and pages of work, hours and hours of blood and sweat and tears from game journalists theorizing that Half-Life 3 is finally being announced at the Game Awards, and it's Okami 2? Dude, that's awesome. Some things are in the contract that just will never happen in the world. The Cowboys suck as a football team and they'll never win a Super Bowl. Frank Ocean's still MIA and not making any music. Costco would sooner murder all of their board members than change the price of a hot dog. Quebec is never going to secede from Canada. I think Doug's just saying shit. Borderlands is the worst movie of my life. It was never going to win an Oscar. I actually dodged so many things from Doug just not putting them into the contract. Like Michael Reeves uploading a video again. He's uploaded like 3. A Boeing airplane crashes. Well, that happened a few times, actually. Dude, the Pope died. And someone said it. Someone said, write the Pope. And he didn't include it. I also would have been fired if Doug hit 3 million subscribers on YouTube. And, you know, he's close. He's at 2.93 right now. Good on you, Doug. I was going to plan like a massive unsubscribe from DougDoug campaign. I was going to hire Fiverr musicians to make songs and anthems and themes and just try to see if I can affect Doug's subscriber count to plummet. I don't think it would have worked, but I was going to try when he got closer. When he got to like 2.95, I was going to start doing it. And I'm kind of bummed I don't get to do it now, but oh, damn. And lastly, the reason why I got fired is GTA 6 fails to come out on or before January 1st, 2026, meaning it is delayed a year. And sadly, that delay did happen on May 2nd, 2025, and I promptly lost my job. Doug pretty much immediately tweeted out that I had been fired, and I was devastated. I actually have a photographic evidence of me being so sad, taken the moment when he tweeted it. Isn't that the face of a man who's sad? Heartbroken. But honestly, looking at the game, God, I can't be sad. Oh my God. Have you guys seen GTA 6? The level of graphics is absolutely insane. It blows everything I've ever seen out of the water. After 7 months, I lost my job. If you made it this far in the video, you're probably curious about how much I made from DougDoug. So here's the math. I worked for Doug for 7 months since September 22nd to May 2nd. That's 223 days of $5 a day, which equals $1,115. Plus the firing bonus that I signed into. When I get fired, I get a $100 bonus, which means he owes me $1,215. However, Doug and I made a bet that I wouldn't make it to $1,000 working for him. So that bet was $100. So I get $100 more, and that's $1,315. So what am I going to do with this $1,300? Am I going to spend it responsibly? Am I going to pay my rent? Am I going to buy some grocery food? Nope. I'm going to be irresponsible and go buy a Switch 2. Did you guys not read the title of the video? Doug has graciously actually accepted an exit interview of sorts. So please enjoy this sit down with me, DougDoug, and our HR representative Twitch chat. Working with you was an honor. Why did you choose me for the prestigious position of doing nothing?
I felt like of all the people, because like you and I have like seen each other and kind of worked with each other, you know, a little bit here and there, not like a ton. I just felt like you would be the most capable of accomplishing literally nothing.
Well, you're right.
Look, this is a serious exit interview, which is highly antagonistic. However, did you invoiced me yet because you didn't do that.
I did invoice you.
Okay, so you actually have the money now.
I sent you. Well, no, I haven't gotten the money. I just sent you the invoice in the Discord. I don't know how to invoice you.
Oh, so I never paid you.
No.
Okay. Wait, who did you tell?
I told the Discord. I just sent it to the Discord and I added you.
That's like the general channel. That's not like a business channel. You're not in like a real.
I'm not in a serious channel, dog.
Why would you message me or your roommate who runs this?
They were really busy. Barry had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Do you know Barry
he's
beat
busy
Blueprints?
Doing things like paying employees.
Okay, but Barry needed to beat Blueprints. That was like top of their board for me.
That's true.
And I felt that was in spirit of me doing nothing.
This is making me feel like I should maybe check that everybody's being paid in general. This is not something I've looked into personally and managed personally for about a year.
Okay, well, I will send the proper channels of an invoice.
Good.
Which,
to be clear, is you pounding on your wall and saying, Barry, pay me.
Okay, I will attack Barry Bebop. I will pound on my wall and I will get that money. What could I improve in the future if I ever got a job like this again?
You were contractually obligated to do literally nothing.
Yes.
You know, can I be honest? And this is real critical feedback. You were a delight. It was delightful to have you around. And that's not what I paid you to do. You were paid to do nothing. Okay? Nothing.
Well, if I may, in your managerial conversations, you kind of implored me to talk in that general chat and to be a delight. So
that was a test and you failed. I have a question for you.
Please.
How disruptive has it been in your day-to-day life that you literally could not watch any of my videos, including the ones that you were in?
It was honestly pretty difficult for me.
It's quite hard, actually.
There was
a video with 1 million views about you, specifically about you.
That one annoyed me. And we're like, did you know? And I'm like, no.
I know that you are being dishonorably discharged from my company, to be clear.
Yeah.
But I will write you a letter of recommendation for Point Crow.
Okay, that would honestly be so helpful. I've been loving Point Crow's videos for years.
It'd be really great to be banned from watching them.
It'd be great to be banned from watching Point Crow. He was doing Kaizo, and he goes live a lot, so he needs the help of doing nothing.
For real, if we set up a thing where at any given time you're employed by one of the LA friend group, like somebody has to employ you at all times, and then you're barred from participating in their thing, that is really funny.
That would be so hysterical. We could convince Ludwig. Ludwig's got a few open spots, I've heard.
That's true. That's true. That's another one where you gotta dress for the job you want and start doing the job. That's like you show up in his office.
Yeah, I'll just show up at Mogul Moves and
you're just there.
Yeah, with yard merch, and I don't think anyone would stop me. That was crazy. That also was insane that you interviewed Gavin Newsom.
Why was that crazy? I'm around a respectable business with lots of employees. I don't see why that's strange or out of the usual.
Well, you did hire a guy to do nothing for over 100 days.
I am stimulating the economy. I'm a business owner.
Did you
of course,
think
Gavin Newsom wants to talk to me.
Long?
No.
How long did you think it was going to go?
Well, you told me the minute after it started, my uncle works at Nintendo and the Zelda trailer is going to be released in 3 weeks.
I heard rumors of it.
You were so confident.
Yeah, and then it got delayed 2 years. It's not my fault.
Yeah, you were very confident. So you kept making me think it was going to be over at any given time, which then made the 6-month mark all the sweeter of me being like, how in the fuck is this going on this long?
Was there any point where you're like, fuck, he needs to go?
It was all that mirth. There was mirth in the Discord.
Yeah.
It's just been cheery and fun in there. I don't like it.
I like that Taco Tuesdays really took off with me in the company, and I couldn't join them.
You didn't join any of that.
I wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, no, they're a blast, apparently.
I wasn't given access to them.
It was always, you were on a razor's edge.
It was close. I was scared.
I hope that you felt the way I felt, which is that you should be walking on eggshells. Literally all the time.
The one night I got real scared was the Game Awards because of Half-Life 3. Everyone thought Half-Life 3 was getting announced.
Yeah.
What
was great is every time there was quite a few Reddit posts in my Reddit or Discord posts.
Yeah.
Every time there was an earthquake in LA. There was much more attention on Los Angeles earthquakes now, not because anybody cared about the people whose homes were ruined,
right?
Only to see if you were fired. And there were several times that somebody was like, oh my God, 6.2 earthquake in the San Diego area. And somebody's like, no, that's actually outside. And they'd be like, oh, okay.
I think it's good that we're educating people about the severity of earthquakes with this career.
I think we did the exact opposite by making them think it doesn't matter at all. That it's like you're bummed if the 6.2 earthquake hit Santa Monica, but then you're excited if it was LA County.
You think we're trivializing the earthquakes? Why did you not? There were so many that there were gonna be on the list, like the Pope dying.
Yeah.
Did you ever like slap your head and be like, I should have put that on the fucking list? That would have been poignant with the rehearsal.
Pope dying and Boeing were both like, that's a little too fucked up, and both happened.
Yeah. Well, Boeing multiple times.
They really wanted you out of the company.
They were like, fuck.
Wait, he didn't even put in the contract? Why'd we do that?
Insane.
Next time.
Hey, next time. Will you fill this position with anyone else? I'm worried I'll be replaced.
That's a good question. It just hasn't. Wait, did we kick you from the Discord?
No.
It just won't feel the same once we've kicked you from the Discord. And therefore, we probably do need to. However, I think that you were a bit too qualified. And what I would like to do is hire somebody on Fiverr, ideally who does not speak English. And they're just kind of around. And everybody's a little, people are a little too comfortable around.
They got a little too happy seeing me around.
Right. Or it didn't instill a sense of confusion and fear, which any good company should strive for. Gavin and I talk about this.
Right. You want to instill fear so they edit the videos faster. What fear do you want to place it in people?
I just feel like being a boss, being the owner of a company and a business owner is about terror.
Truly horrifying.
And the Pope dying and earthquakes.
Well, if there's no way I can get...
And there isn't.
...my job back, of course not. I guess all I can do is say thank you for the time that we've had, Doug, and thank you for buying me a Switch 2.
You're welcome. Skootish, I want to be real with you.
Yes.
This is not a joke. In the time that you have been employed, my YouTube viewership has gone down somewhat substantially by about a third. My Twitch viewership has gone down by about a third.
Okay.
I can only pray to God that this scourge on my business will finally allow prosperity back into the Doug hole. It's also possible that these aren't related, but I don't think so. It's a little bit too much of a coincidence.
If I was a betting man, they're definitely related. So I think this is better for both of us. I get a better console and you'll have a better channels by letting me go.
We're both investing into our future.
Exactly. I want to give a big thank you to all of the DougDoug's chatters too. They were just lovely and wonderful and kind. People just coming in and checking out my stream, talking to me if I had been fired yet. Someone also made a website that tracked all the time that I've been hired by Doug by the second, and then also how much money I've earned and how many Costco hot dogs I could buy with the current pricing of $1.50. There is one tiny problem. At this moment right now, Doug has not paid me a single cent, and that's wrong. So Doug, here is my vow to you. If I don't receive payment, I'm taking your ass to court. I'm suing your ass. Also, by the way, it's worth noting that we also made another bet about Hollow Knight Silksong being the Switch 2 announcement. I was right. He owes me something. I'm not going to tell you all what he owes me, but he owes me something that happens live on his Twitch channel, so he has to pay up. I can watch now. Doug, I want to see you pay me up. You got to fucking pay me up. Pay me for the money and the other Silksong bet. Okay. Okay, bye. Hey, I just want to say thank you all for watching this far into the video. If you all could like, comment, and subscribe, that would be really awesome. It's definitely worth doing. I'm trying out YouTube. I'm trying to become a YouTube creator. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the comment button. Please hit the like button. It helps me. It helps the channel. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye. Bye for real now.